What is going on? It is Nate the Game Guy coming back with another video, and guys, right here I've got another unboxing that I'm going to show you guys from Lukie Games. Most of the games right here in this order are for the Nintendo 64, with a few exceptions that you'll see very shortly. Now, with the Nintendo 64, it is easily one of my favorite game consoles of all time, so I want to get a bit of a boost by buying a bunch of cheap games from Lukie Games to help kickstart the collection to go even further on completing that set. So without further ado, let's dive right into this video and take a look at what exactly I got in this order, see the condition of the games, see if anything's going to be returned, any of that wonderful stuff, right after the intro. Alright, so before I dive right into this unboxing, just want to give a few quick disclaimers. I'm literally going to be doing this video all in one take, so if I trip over words, repeat myself, all that, I'm not going back and re-editing. There we go already. Not re-editing anything. Also, since I am talking about picking up some cheap games, I'm sure you guys can probably guess what's going to be the dominant genre right here with this pickup. Now, since everything's all out of the way, let's check out what I ordered. So, thankfully right here, we're off to a good start. I don't actually have to do is get a knife or scissors, because this is really easy to peel off right here. So, as we open this up, you're going to see right here, I already see the packing slip inside. Whatever, have that censored so that way I don't get any kinds of wonderful doxers later. And wow, okay, they're all stacked on top of each other. Okay, all right, cool. So let's unbox all these. So right here, the first game is WCW NWO Revenge. Not a fan of wrestling. Wrestling's just never really been my thing. I don't hate it, just not really my cup of tea for entertainment. But if I'm going for a full Nintendo 64 set, I'm definitely going to need this game. And you know what? Before I go into the rest of the 64 games, let's get the non-64 games out of the way. Here's Ford Racing 2. I actually needed a replacement copy of this. I got this game in a lot a while ago, and I just wanted to get a game that was, or a copy that's in better shape. Disc looks good. I think they resurfaced it because I do see a little bit right here, but I'll go back and check, compare my copy to this copy later. Next game is NBA 2K12. Same lingo. Got this game in a lot for cheap, and you know, I'll have to compare my disc to the disc I have already. Clean disc. So yeah, that's done. NCAA Football 2004. And I do see this as a resurfaced copy because you kind of can see like the little marks right here. I remember somebody said in my last unboxing from Lukie Games, and I do see there's a little bit of some fog right there. Not a fan of that, just because that sometimes can be an indicator or the cause of disc rot, especially since this is being shipped from Miami, which is a very high humidity area. So this probably might be returned just for safe measure. Then as we move along to the non-PlayStation 1 games, or I'm sorry, non-64 games, we've got NCAA 2K2. Definitely need this because I'm trying to wipe out that Sega Dreamcast set very soon. I know I'm over 200 games. This one is definitely a keeper. I will shine this in pinhole. Oops, almost dropped that. just checked that with my other light that I have. No pinholes, so no disc rot for that, so we're keeping that. This is another game that I got from a lot for really cheap, but the disc wasn't in good shape. Thankfully, Lukie Games was also selling this for really cheap. So this one is going to be added right into the collection. So far, we're off to a good start right here. Now, as we go right into the 64 games, there's going to be a lot of sports titles here, with a few exceptions right here, as you guys may have seen a little bit of what's going to happen next. Bug's Life. And I see somebody was kind enough to mark that with their pen or whatever. So that will be returned. I mentioned this in my previous unboxing. I'll say it again. I don't like with Lukie Games where they don't give you the option to choose between very good condition, acceptable condition, all that. So that way things like that can be avoided, and you know, they may get less returns that way. This is a keeper. A little bit of some flaws right there, but I mean, nothing major. I'm sure a wipe can get that. Otherwise, that can be returned. All right. I'm actually going to do with the rest of these games is instead of taking off the stickers of each and every one of them, I'm going to check the condition of them that way. Now this one's definitely good. Okay. Now, I've already mentioned in the previous video, I am very picky when it comes to the condition of my games that I get. So obviously I'm not a fan of this, but I'm not going to return it, is because I can just use the screwdriver that I have, pop this out, and swap it out with a duplicate game that I'll most likely get later down the line. Okay. NBA Live. There we go. Now, I already have a pretty decent sized Nintendo 64 game, but 64 collection. But surprisingly, I don't have very many sports games for it, which, of course, knowing sports games, they're very unwanted, they're very cheap. So I'm going to get obviously the whole point of this order is to get a bunch of those out of the way, and also share with you guys a really fun unboxing from Lukie Games. I'm not sure if... what is it? It's that cream or whatever. It's the white cream that they use or for like Retro Bright or whatever. I'm not sure if that'll get it off, but yeah, I'm not sure. I may try that later. Madden 64. That's a keeper. Country Club. Yeah, there's a little bit of that right there, so that will probably be returned. This one is definitely has a little bit of some label tear. Yeah, this one will be kept. All right. Another keeper right here. Surprisingly, this unboxing so far is going pretty fast for me, at least compared to the last unboxing that I got from Lukie Games. Oh yes, of course, the infamous Superman 64, everyone's favorite. Of course, I'm not going to be returning it because it sucks, but I'm going to be returning it because, you know, I don't like that condition of the sticker right there, or not sticker, the label. But one game I won't be returning is this, because it's in good shape. So far, a few games that aren't necessarily my favorite condition for them to be in, but I can tell you so far with this whole pickup that I've got, I can tell most games I'm going to be keeping, which that's a W for me. It's funny with me removing all these stickers, it reminds me of how many games I already have in my collection that have like GameStop stickers from over the years that I just haven't taken off, just because the sheer amount of games is just so much. Just too lazy to take them off, because just I would be sitting in my room for days and days just doing nothing but goo gone and removing stickers. Thankfully, the stickers don't ruin the value of the games, which that's always a good thing. All right, we've only got 5 games left. Okay. NASCAR 99. I'm definitely a fan of racing games, but I've never really been a fan of NASCAR games. Like, the only thing that I like that's closer to NASCAR, see, that's a return. The only thing I like that's close to NASCAR is like Daytona USA from the Saturn. But that's really my only exception. All right. Not sure what's going on here. I don't know if that's like powder or something, but I mean, at least it's coming off, so. All right, and now we're finally at the last game, War Gods. So there you have it. Here are all of my 64 games that I picked up. And yeah, there are definitely going to be a few returns, but for the most part, pretty satisfied with what I've got. Hey guys, thank you so much for checking out my video. Please be sure to check out these videos here, here, and here. After all, I post a lot of content when it comes to game collecting tips, and other video game related subjects. So be sure to keep an eye out every Monday and Friday where I upload consistently, and I'll be seeing you guys next time.